Hello and welcome to the Long Island Weather Update on this nice May 7th. We've had a nice day today, very warm day, but this will be the nice day of the week that we're going to have. It's about 10 p.m. And this is what it looked like for much of the day. We had mostly sunny, clear skies pretty much over Long Island. There were some clouds over New Jersey for a little bit, but for Long Island, fairly clear. Throughout the day, we had mostly sunny skies, but it was very, very warm out there. And I did. I would have loved to have gone out east and gone for a hike in the Pine Barrens. It was too warm for that. But I did go to Pine Lawn for a little bit, and so some nice pines there. Looking at the oaks there, blooming very nicely. You can see all the nice bright green leaves the oaks are getting. And then Massapequa Preserve for the afternoon, later in the afternoon. Luckily, there was a sea breeze that did wind up coming in, so it definitely made things a little more pleasant. But it was just kind of warm out there, and we're going to talk about it. We were way, way above normal today. Beautiful day. This would be a beautiful day if this was the middle of summer, but it's only early May, so we're way, way above normal for the temperatures today. So let's go look across the... Yes, we're going to talk about all that, all the other stuff going on. We got more severe weather going on again. But let's talk about our temperatures right now. Our temperatures right now are generally around the low 60s, a little bit cooler on the South Shore. But, of course, in the alley, it's still 70 degrees. I have to have the air conditioner on. If you're on the South Shore, you're getting a nice breeze. You can probably keep the AC off, but I had to have the AC on today because it's just too warm over here. Let's see. So, generally, we got low 60s across the area. City, Central Park, 69. That's what my alley is. It's like the middle of the city. It's like I'm living in the middle of the city. It's horrible. Temperatures in the mid-60s in New Jersey as well. And let's go to the high temperatures for today. You'll see the high temperatures got into the mid and upper 70s, mostly upper 70s across Suffolk County, even on the South Shore before the sea breeze kicked in. East End was in the mid-70s, and as you head into Nassau County, central Nassau, 82 degrees, so we were in the low 80s, 80 in the city as well. And it looks like they had some low 80s in Jersey as well. So low 80s, but a little cooler out in Suffolk County, where it's a little cooler out there. And I noticed that here in central Nassau it was pretty brutal. But even in Suffolk, 79 in Ridge, so still pretty warm even out there. Looking at the lows for the day, lows generally mid-50s across the areas. That's above normal for sure. Mid-50s, only 60 in Central Park. Mid-50s Jersey too. No radiational cooling at all. So let's look at our climate statistics for today, and our high was 77 at Islip, and the low was 55, so the high was 11 degrees above normal. 11 degrees above normal, all right? That's quite a bit above normal. And that puts us above normal for the day, 9 degrees above normal. Looking at Central Park, they got up to 80 degrees, their low of 59, and they were also 9 degrees above normal today. So around 9, 10 degrees above normal for most locations today. It was a beautiful day, but this is way warmer than it's supposed to be. And, of course, I don't have time to adjust for it, I'm sure. In the middle of the summer, you're going to get a day like this, and it's going to be beautiful. But for early May, it's kind of warm out there. So let's go look at the the current satellite image, and you'll see here that we did have some more high clouds streaming into it late in the afternoon. You could see a lot more clouds coming in off to the west. That's our next weather system to watch. And if we look at it here, you'll start to see that severe weather firing now over Ohio. The focus for the severe weather has moved east now. You can see this big storm again. And you think, oh, there's nice dry air here, but we're not going to quite get into that. You'll see when we get into the forecast. Let's see lightning. Let's see. We're seeing a lot more lightning popping up now. Yep, we're starting to see it. So we're starting to see more severe weather now. The focus has shifted to the east. And if we look at the current radar, you'll see one town actually said in Oklahoma got hit by 2 tornadoes within a 5-week period. That's pretty incredible. And even in parts of Canada, it looks like you're going to have some severe weather too. Some pretty nasty thunderstorms moving over from Detroit into the Toronto suburbs. And then we have more severe thunderstorms here in Ohio, Indianapolis, Indiana, So the severe weather is more in this area. We also have one cell right over here in northwestern Georgia as well. So yeah, these are all probably producing a lot of lightning. Probably. Let's look at the lightning detection map, and then we're going to see if there are any tornado warnings out for these. You can see, yeah, not quite as active as last night's storms, but still pretty significant. Looks like Milwaukee is getting hit. Going to be getting hit by a thunderstorm right now, and we got this one over here in northwestern Georgia as well. Not nearly as active as last night, but the night is still young. And last night it really went to wee hours of the morning. So the other thing I want to look at before I took the station plots away is the sea breeze. So so it hit 77 at Islip. You'll see when the sea breeze arrived. Actually, we'll look at some more stations, and you'll see here that we did have temperatures get up into the generally mid 70s at Islip. And you can see northwest winds, and then they had the sea breeze come in the early afternoon. Actually came in right around 150. The dew points were fairly low. Actually, they got as low as the mid 40s, even some 30s, believe it or not, in the early afternoon. So there was some pretty dry air. The dew points kind of on their way up a little bit now. So let's go and look at our air temperatures across the country here, because I'll show you what we're going to have. We have a warm front approaching, so we have warmer. Our air temperatures are warmer as you get further to the west. Actually, I should put dew point in here. That might be a little bit better to show you the contrast. So we have the lower dew points here, but as you go here into the Ohio, you see the dew points higher, and this is where it looks like we've got a big tornado watch area encompassing a good part of almost all of Ohio, except for the extreme northeastern part, down through parts of Indiana and into parts of Missouri, and even parts of Kentucky. And then you have that one severe thunderstorm warning over there. Now, with this big tornado watch, one thing that when I found out last night, when you have this watch here, if there's a warning, you're not even able to see it in here. I don't know why they don't have that popping up, but I have to actually change. I have to go into the layers and actually change into just severe weather warnings. And it looks like we do have a tornado warning, and this is not good. This is by Cincinnati. So there's a tornado warning. It looks like, oh, it's saying, nope, that's a tornado warning right there. It's bright red. I don't know why it's not showing up. It's a flash flood warning. You see, this is the flash flood warning over here. But it looks like we have a severe thunderstorm warning and a tornado warning, unless it expired, right around Cincinnati right now. So we have a tornado warning there, and then there's another one right here it looks like my Columbus. So Ohio is really getting into the severe weather now. They're really getting to see some of the severe weather that they saw over Oklahoma. So the shift has definitely made. You got a couple of warnings out there, a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, but generally this seems to be the area that's got this cell right over here in Cincinnati. So let's go over there. We're going to go back to the Weather Service site and take a look at Cincinnati. Cincinnati. Come on. Doesn't want to work. That's nice. All right, we'll have to do it the other way then. So let's see. Yes, there's tornado warning north of Cincinnati right now. Tornado warning in effect right now. So this is northeastern Dearborn County in southeastern Indiana, northwestern Hamilton County in southwestern Ohio, and southwestern Butler County in southwestern Ohio. So there hasn't been a tornado sighted yet, but the storm could be producing one any minute. And this is what it looks like on the radar right now. These storms look pretty nasty. These storms look here pretty nasty. So, yeah, it looks like it's Cincinnati and Columbus look like they're getting really Let's see if we can take a look. I know there are a couple of live cameras that maybe we could find here. EarthCam has one. Let's see if we can see what's going on here. If we can see any lightning. It's probably facing the wrong way, knowing my luck. So we can't really see much going on. But there is a severe thunderstorm that's not too far away from Cincinnati that is capable of producing a tornado right now. Tornado warning in effect for Hamilton, Butler, and Dearborn counties. So let's see if we can get somebody look at some of these traffic cameras, maybe. All right, Cincinnati is over here. The tornado, the storm with the tornado would be over here, but I don't think these are actual video cameras. They're not going to really help us. They're just still cameras. I don't even see it raining. So, whatever the case is, I'm not going to get too involved in it because, I'm mostly local weather. But right now, Ohio definitely is under the gun with all the severe weather going on. So let's go to the Weather Prediction Center, and you see there's your low pressure system, sneaking warm front. High pressure is right now in control for us, but this warmer, more humid air is going to make a push into our area tomorrow, and with it brings the risk of some thunderstorms in the morning, and they've actually placed us on a marginal risk for severe weather. So this is what it looks like right now. We got that enhanced risk over Ohio. You see it right there. It looks like they just expanded it a little bit. And this is the line that we're going to have to watch. The storms that are over Ohio are the ones that are going to affect us in the morning. You can see it's surrounded by a marginal risk. And then as we go into tomorrow, they have put us in a marginal risk for severe weather. Most of the Northeast, except the extreme northern New England, and part of western New York and Pennsylvania, most of them are in a marginal risk for severe weather, and the enhanced risk goes throughout the interior Southeast. So, yeah, we got to watch for some more severe thunderstorms tomorrow. It's going to be another active day. Let's go back to this and see how many tornadoes have been reported. Today we have 10 reports of tornadoes, 94 reports of hail, and 50 reports of wind. So that's quite a bit of action right there. Let's see if this has caused any power outage. I'm not seeing a large amount of power outages, but there are a number of them out in Ohio, 8,840 from these storms, no doubt. So these storms are causing damage to the power grid and other damage. So we got at the surface here. You can see that we've got this energy right over here, all right, and this warm front. So let's actually look at the jet stream first. Actually, what we're going to do is looking at vorticity. This is something here that kind of helps us kind of decide what's going to happen a little bit. This isn't quite the parameter I want to use. It's too high. This is the one I want to use. So you can see, look at that, and go back a day, you can see just the energy and the twisting motion in the atmosphere looking at this vorticity index. So as we go into, you can see it's now over Ohio, and as we go into tomorrow, you can see most of it's to the north of us, actually. But again, we're going to have to watch. And then there's another risk for Thursday as well. That's going to be a little more south of us. So going back to the surface map here, you'll see here that we have this warm front here that's going to kind of try to push through tomorrow. And then we've kind of an unsettled pattern here. Thursday, it looks like we're going to have showers. And then Friday, we may also have showers. So both Thursday and Friday look a little bit on the wet side. But the good news is Saturday right now looks okay. But then shower chances return as we get into Sunday, according to this GFS right now. So while it won't be a complete washout, there's going to be a lot of days with rain chances, which kind of sucks, obviously, which is why I hope you got out there and enjoyed today, because we didn't have any rain chances, and it's going to be the only day of the week, perhaps besides Saturday, that we're not going to have any rain chances. So actually, move that back a minute, and let's go look at the dew points, because this will kind of show you where the warm front is. So looking at the dew point, you can see that warm front making a push into our area tomorrow, though it might stall right over us. And then it's going to sink to the south on Thursday, and you're going to have basically stall front syndrome Thursday into part of Friday with another wave coming in, and then it kind of pushes offshore, but then we've got this residual upper level low cyclonic flow that we're going to have to deal with for the weekend. So let's go to the HRRR now, and we should have enough of that in now. 0 is the HRRR, and we'll go ahead and I'll show the dew points first to, again, illustrate what's happening here. So you have this warm front here, probably going to make it through. It's probably going to make it through, and it's going to get pretty humid tomorrow again. The dew points are going to get well into the 60s again. So today you enjoyed a nice little break from the humidity, even though it was warm. And tomorrow we're going to be dealing with a lot more humidity. And then you can see what happens as we get to Thursday. Another backdoor front comes in and kind of pushes it off to the south again. We have that typical backdoor setup with the east wind you see right there. So with the setup like this, tomorrow is going to wind up being quite hot in some parts of the area. Not going to really drop that much tonight. And then tomorrow, Jersey, you're going to get well into the 80s, probably mid-80s, and even a shot at 80 degrees in this area, perhaps central Nassau, northern Nassau, maybe even the northwestern Suffolk, and then 70s in a lot of other areas, because as we get toward the afternoon, the sun is going to come out, and it's going to warm things up, and it's going to be very warm and humid tomorrow. So you can see here, looking at this, a lot of surface. You see these lines meeting close to the surface, but look over here. You see a lot of sunshine here as we get toward the afternoon. So that's going to warm it up where the sun does come out. And see, so temperatures, I think, could get South Shore will be the place to be. It's where it'll be cooler. There'll be a sea breeze there. There won't be all that. The strongest sea breeze on the South Shore will be further in Suffolk County, obviously. And then as we go into tomorrow night, you see the temperatures drop. They start dropping a little more into the 50s as that northeast wind takes over. And then you notice Thursday is a lot cooler. Temperatures only in the mid-60s, so a lot cooler as we get toward Thursday. But let's focus on the thunderstorm threat for tomorrow now, all right? So we're going to look at the HRRR forecast here for the thunderstorms. And from what I've seen on the models, it doesn't look like they're going to hold them together. But, if they put us in a marginal risk, it bears watching, especially for your morning commute. You may have to deal with some of these showers and thunderstorms, and some of them could be at least on the heavy or have some heavy rain with them. But then as we get into the rest of the day, it looks like it's got a little residual area, maybe some really small cells, perhaps early afternoon. And then after that, we're more or less dry for the rest of the day. Thursday, we're going to be dealing with this mess. So we're going to have showers developing over our area in the evening. And you can see it's not like a steady, big area of rain, but it definitely is a showery. It's definitely going to be wet and not very nice on your Thursday night, definitely with some light rain around. For sure. So that's what it looks like on that model. Let's go look at the NAM model, the NAM 3, and see what the NAM has for this line here. And it does have one strong cell over Connecticut, but for the most part, I'm not impressed with what I'm seeing on these models. But look at that. There's another stray cell over there. Because you have all this humidity, and then remember that front coming through toward the evening could always spark off another shower or thunderstorm. So it's possible, even in the afternoon, that there could be a very isolated shower or thunderstorm, perhaps. Just considering how warm and humid it is, of course. Now, if I want to go back onto the NAM 3 and look at Thursday, you can see both models tend to agree that we're going to see showers for Thursday night. It won't be a constant rain. It'll be on and off showers. And this is the severe risk. It's mainly going to be South Jersey and the Mid-Atlantic, Maryland, generally, that we'd have to watch for the severe risk on your Thursday night. I don't think it's going to be our area. The SPC has not shown that it would be in our area. It's mainly well to the south of us. We'll have to watch that, of course. By the way, we're going to sort of have a wet period here. And so tomorrow, except for the morning, not too bad. Thursday and Friday are probably going to be more on the sucky side. I hate to say it. So let's look. I got the 0Z 12 kilometer NAM, and let's see. Unfortunately, this doesn't really go any further than, not going to go any further than that. But, we'll have somewhat of a better idea. But if we have to go to the longer range models to look at what's going to happen for Thursday and Friday. GFS, you see here, it has this blob of rain. Here's Thursday. And then Friday, it got this low pressure area that kind of forms over us that could bring some showers around on Friday. Though right now, looking at the total accumulated rainfall, it's not a ton of rain. It's maybe as much as a half an inch. It won't be a soaker type of rain. So let's go to the RGM next. RGM model and look at the skies. I'm just going to use this model for the skies tonight. All right. So you have an idea what happens. So you see we kind of start with the clouds in the morning, but then as you get toward the afternoon, the sun breaks through, and it could actually be mostly sunny for a time in the afternoon, though it will be warm and it will be on the humid side. At least it will be sunny and it won't be dreary, because once we get to a Thursday, the clouds increase, and we're kind of socked in the clouds Thursday as well as Friday, and dealing with those rain chances. Now I could look at the RGM as well to show you, again, what's going to happen here. So we were at Thursday, and you can see the rain, and then Friday, it's probably just going to linger around, and Friday could be, if the RGM's correct, Friday could be a real washout. Man. So you can see there, so, well, you know, it's going to, Thursday and Friday are going to suck, all right? The bottom line is that, so unfortunately, we've got this system here that's kind of just hanging around. Let's go to the Ventu sky, lastly. And look, and I want to visualize, I want to go into tomorrow. We're going to look at the Cape values and the thunderstorm threat here to see what kind of Cape values we have. And there are some, mainly to the north and the west. Oh yeah, look at 11. It really gets high over Jersey. Not that much over Long. Oh my gosh, 2. Yeah, these are some decent Cape values. So even though we may go mostly sunny, if we do get a thunderstorm that pops up in the afternoon, it could be strong to severe. These are some decent Cape values here that I'm seeing on the HRRR. So everybody's fixated on the morning storms, but I'm a little more concerned about the possibility of some isolated storms in the afternoon popping up and winding up being severe. These are some really impressive Cape values here. So this is something that will have to be watched. And again, if we look at the temperature gradient, you'll see how hot it's going to be in Jersey. We're going to be well into the 80s. But even here in Long Island, we'll be in the 70s. And, of course, it's going to be humid. Look at what actually happens here. The winds kind of try to go westerly a little bit as we get toward the evening. So even on the South Shore, the sea breeze is going to get... If you're on the South Shore of Nassau, you'll probably have some other sea breeze. Better sea breeze in Suffolk. Much better in Suffolk. But Nassau, you're going to have that westerly wind come in. And as we get toward 6 o'clock, you can see we got like a battle line going on here between the hot west winds and then the cooler sea breezes that will happen. And as we get toward 8, you start to see the winds start becoming more westerly. And so, yeah, tomorrow it's going to be kind of a brutal day, I think, across the area. Between the warmth and humidity, Suffolk County, you'll have the cooler temperatures. But remember, with those cooler temperatures also comes more cloud cover. So this is the sky cover on this, and you can see that, inland, it's not showing much cloud cover at all. So by the afternoon, yeah, you're going to go mostly sunny, I think. You'll have sky cover, and then by later in the afternoon, you'll go mostly clear, except there will be this fog bank off the South Shore of Suffolk County. But you will go mostly sunny. That fog bank will eventually advance its way in. But for the most part, so we really got to watch for this thunderstorm threat tomorrow. Now, again, they're mainly fixated on the morning. But again, we're going to go look at the NAM one more time here. And you'll see actually a couple of other things. I get the arrow. This is the thunderstorm threat again. So this is the Cape. And it's 2 o'clock. You can see it's elevated mainly on the North Shore. And then we could go to lifted index, which is also not so great over Long Island, but much more impressive over Jersey. And again, if that sea breeze tends to dampen down the thunderstorm development, but again, I wouldn't not be surprised to see some isolated strong storms here. All right, and if we let me go to one more model here for a moment, that this is our local Stony Brook model, the HDRPS, and look at this one and see how this handles the storms, because this model actually holds the morning storms together over the city, and then keeps them held together, and then in the afternoon, perhaps another round you can see going right here. So tomorrow is going to be an active weather day. It won't be dreary, but it will be active. And again, looking at the NAM, the NAM here, you can see, again, there's that stray. This is right around, right, this would be like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. You see a cell right over there over central Suffolk, going into central Suffolk there. You can also look at the FV3 and see if it does that as well. Does not, but again, there's a lot of instability there. So we're going to have to watch for that potential, not just in the morning, but in the afternoon too. I don't think we're out of the woods until later at night with the chance of some severe weather tomorrow. So just pay attention to the radar, all right? And don't be surprised if a severe thunderstorm watch is issued for our area. Anyway, that is all. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.